My goodness, it was so terribly cute. I had my little kitten sleeping in my arms the whole time, and he knew I was getting ready to blah, blah, blah. So he split. Anyway, happy Thursday. I hope you have found it interesting, provocative, stimulating, suggestive to examine the theme of discipline this week and um, where you're at with it. And these, another way of talking about discipline are the sacrifices that we make in order to create a better state of life, a better environment, a better future for ourselves. And sacrifice is clearly a great theme in consciousness. And you know how much I love my yoga, but I also love um, so many good stories in the Bible. And of course, Cain and Abel is one that could be delved into by humans for thousands of years, because whatever wisdom you derive from that story, there's always layers and layers, because you can take anything out of infinite wisdom, and there's infinite wisdom left over to gather and to imbue. And it's a difficult story to understand, and yet we can make some sense of it. In a general sense, that nasty Cain, he did not make good sacrifices. His discipline was not good. Apparently, although I'm not a biblical expert by any means, the sacrifice that he made was not well received by God, love, source, infinite higher power. And the universe let Cain know about it in no uncertain terms. Abel, on the other hand, that irritating sibling that we all have, was willing to sacrifice something of great value, and God was well pleased with Abel's sacrifice. And so Cain gets a really bad attitude. And of course, now in consciousness, we realize that Cain and Abel are states of consciousness within ourself. And the great story of all the world scripture is to realize they're all displaying and demonstrating and expressing states of consciousness within ourselves. Sometimes we do want to have good discipline. We do want to sacrifice something of value now that's well received by the universe, that results in great improvement now and in the future. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't want to sacrifice our convenience or our comfort or our beliefs or our current way of seeing things or our ideas or our opinions. We don't want to sacrifice that. We're Cain, and we get angry and resentful and bitter, and then we kill off the higher part of ourselves. The lower half of ourselves wins out on the higher half of ourselves. Do you get the Cain and Abel story now? Of course, it's about siblings, but it's about the battle between the lower self and the higher self. And in that story, Cain kills Abel. Our lower self will kill our higher self. And of course, that's metaphorical, but it simply means that our lower nature, the angels of our lower nature, as Lincoln might say, wins out over our higher nature. But I think that the great thing to remember is if we do our sacrificing wisely, and we make valuable sacrifices, then the joy that comes from that is inexplicably vast. And then you don't really have to discipline yourself to do the things that we really love. And so as we meditate, as we work our spiritual practice, as we do the things that we know that lead to love and well-being, we eat right, we pray right, we talk right, we think right, we behave right, we sleep right. We put ourselves under the governors and tutelage of good discipline, then life becomes a joy, and the things that were once difficult we become like little children, and they have so much fun that they can't even stand it, like my kitten. And we'll continue the topic tomorrow when we can talk about discipline, and it's something that we can face for the rest of our lives. But we remember in that great story that the one who makes the good sacrifices, the universe is well pleased, and we can focus on allowing our higher self to win out over our lower nature. All right, that's that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll talk about what we think about discipline. See ya.